Hello there. I know it's hard in online classes to actually get to know your instructor, and it's hard for me to get to know you. I'm going to ask you some questions, get some information from some blogs you do, but I just wanted to take a chance to introduce myself. My name's Renee Lamontagna, and I'll show you what I look like in a minute. You can just call me Renee, so if you're on emails, whatever, just use Renee, that's fine. My last name's pretty hard to say, so just Renee's fine. A few things about myself. Fun stuff. My favorite show ever is Big Bang Theory. Absolutely love it. Um, I think it's a wonderful show. It just cracks me up, and I can name the show if I'm watching a rerun probably in 2 seconds. One line, and I can tell you what episode it is. I'm a sports fan. I'm a Steelers fan. I grew up in Chicago, but I'm a Steelers fan because the Bears, well, they suck now, but they also sucked when I was growing up. So I became a Steelers fan. I'm also a Cubs fan. This is my kitten Cubby. I actually have 3 cats. I'm not a crazy cat lady because according to the dictionary, you have to have 5 to be crazy. So I've never had 5. I've had 4, but never 5. So this is Cubby. He was actually born the week they clinched the playoff berth, and here I just kind of superimposed a little World Series bling on his paw um, when they got their rings earlier this year. Uh, I watched the Cubs my whole life. My parents, my grandparents, the night they won the World Series was just one of the greatest nights ever, and I will admit that I cried. It was just unbelievable. It may never happen again. It may never happen again in my lifetime, but that night was pretty amazing. So, what else? Oh, I like to travel, and one of the groups I travel with is our biology club. Those of you that are on campus, even if you're not a biology major, the biology club, I'm not the faculty advisor, but for the last 3 years I've traveled with them. But if you want more information on the club, they do some pretty fun stuff. This year we took them to Washington State. This is actually up in Washington, up near Mount Rainier. So we got there right when the roads were opening because there still was snow there. It was mid-May. This is called Thunder Ridge, or Hurricane Ridge, I'm sorry, Hurricane Ridge. So 2 years ago we went to Yosemite, and 3 years ago we actually got to go to the Amazon rainforest. And so it cost you very little money, probably less than $500, but you have to do fundraisers during the year, and then we plan out the trip and we go from there. So it's always a good group of kids. It's always fun. So if you're interested in that, let me know. This is me. Another thing I do is I take a lot of pictures for the local high schools, and I use those pictures to raise money for the Humane Society. So this is me maybe 4 years ago in Lucas Oil Stadium. A local football team was playing there, and so I had a smile on my face the whole time, even though we were losing, just because I was taking pictures on the sideline of a professional football stadium. This is me. I love to travel, like I said. This is in Newfoundland last year. I'm also an Angry Birds fan. This is me last year in Newfoundland. This was a 500-foot iceberg that had come down from Greenland that we got to see, so that was pretty neat. Especially this day here, it was cool, but I like it that way. But it's actually like 100 degrees back here, so I was pretty happy not to be in the heat. I do nature photography as well as sports photography. These two here, humpback whale and what are called northern gannets, were up in Newfoundland. A few years ago for my 50th birthday, I went to the Galapagos Islands, which I'm going to talk to you about when we get to the evolution section. So this is a booby. They have 3 types of boobies up in the Galapagos, or down in the Galapagos at the equator. So this is a big booby and a little booby. And so we'll talk about those later on in the semester. I also like to do landscapes, so here's a picture of a landscape. So photography is one of those things that just kind of runs through everything I do. Sports, nature, I kind of love them all. So I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, hopefully through blogs and other ways, and conversing with you. I'll get to know you guys better too. So I hope you have a great semester, and let me know again if you have any questions.